Veep is so funny, one man almost laughed himself to death. An Australian politician learned the hard way that laughing with food in your mouth is dangerous after he nearly died while watching an episode of Veep. Perrett, a federal Labour MP who represents Moreton in Queensland, was munching on some sushi while watching episode 1 of season 6. Quick recap. Veep is a comedic television show about a fictional US vice president who subsequently becomes president. She and her team attempt to leave a lasting legacy without getting screwed over by the games involved in American politics. Hijinks and embarrassing moments ensue. During one scene where a congressman shaves his head to pretend he had cancer, Perrett says he burst into laughter, causing rice to go down the wrong tube into his airway. He was simultaneously choking and laughing when he ran out of the room, straight into a wall, then into the kitchen island, knocking himself out. After Perrett came to, his face was gushing blood, and his wife immediately took him to the hospital. Later photos showed him sporting a black eye and stitches. Veep star Julia Louis-Dreyfus responded to reports of the incident, saying she had a hard time believing it happened and wanted to know which episode caused it, to which Perrett gleefully tweeted back. Veep actor Timothy Simons also promised to tone down the humor for Perrett's sake and said maybe they should send him some edited episodes just so he won't have another mishap. Here's a fun fact. Did you know we once created an animation for Veep? If you want to see it, check out Season 2, Episode 9. Say no to safe spaces on YouTube. Support TomoNews at patreon.com/TomoNews. And keep watching for more bizarre accidents. Tennessee Camaro driver should really consider a career in Hollywood. What the heck? Are they rebooting the Dukes of Hazzard with a Camaro, or is this some sort of vile Michael Bay movie? Actually, neither. A dude in Maryville, Tennessee was driving past a liquor store in a red Camaro Wednesday evening when he says he started feeling lightheaded. Now, we don't know if the liquor store had anything to do with his lightheadedness, but the Camaro driver somehow lost control of his vehicle and hit an embankment at just the right angle to make the car fly. Yes, fly up a grassy knoll and come down directly on top of a peacefully parked Subaru. The Camaro driver crawled out of his car, hopped down on the Subaru wagon, and then jumped down to the ground. Ta-da! Watching the scene from inside the store was an unnamed individual who blurted out, "Damn, I wonder whose car he landed on." And you can probably guess the answer. No one was injured in this freak accident, but it does confirm stereotypes about Subarus being down-to-earth vehicles. I wonder how much that repair bill's gonna be. Hey, Brainiacs, can anyone tell us how the car apparently flew for a short distance and then perfectly landed perched on top of another car? And no, divine intervention or unicorns will not be accepted as answers. Cow takes down chopper and walks away like a boss. Australian police are investigating a bizarre incident that happened in Cowan, far north Queensland on Sunday, in which a cow caused a helicopter to crash. According to police, a 35-year-old pilot was herding cattle at the time. When he flew lower to lead the cows, the rails underneath the helicopter hooked onto a cow's horns, causing it to lose balance. The chopper landed abruptly, caught on fire, and exploded. Fortunately, the pilot walked away uninjured. What about the cow, you might be wondering? Well, it too walked away, like a boss. Say no to safe spaces on YouTube. Support TomoNews at patreon.com/TomoNews.
An Australian man bites off part of Hells Angels bikie's nose. This man is Peter Zervis, a former Australian Hells Angels bikie, whose nose was bitten off to smite his face, literally. An inspector says a 28-year-old man assaulted Zervis outside his apartment building in Leichhardt. By grabbing hold of Zervis' nose with his teeth, then bit down hard. The attacker apparently didn't stick around after that. So horrifically, Peter picked up his own severed nose and took himself to the hospital, where he predictably needed surgery to have the appendage reattached to his face. Zervis' attacker was stopped by police around Hurlstone Park last week and arrested for the attack. But so far, police have only said that the attack was bizarre and severe, which is another way of saying they have no idea why the man bit off Zervis' nose.